Yeah, it starts with, and this is why I started there. It starts with having reliable data that everyone can look at the same facts and figures together. Folks might have different perspectives about it, but if we're using the same, base support of data, it allows that to not be the source of debate. And when you're closing, in 2 months, it can be the source of debate because data can be out of date, if you will, and not as relevant to be making decisions. So first was establishing the baseline of data, and then second, in general, my experience is everyone's trying to do the right thing for the company, and the previous bias might have been towards growth versus margin, and so it was a little bit about resetting everyone's expectations towards what the new goals and priorities were, and I think it resonated with everyone of the reorientation of, hey, we were here and now we're trying to go here, and so um, it it wasn't as difficult a conceptual. The execution of it was obviously challenging for the teams to kind of deliver against, but the concept of what we were trying to accomplish, I think, as long as it was on a clear baseline of data, that was the part that I think oriented people. So having the right set of data and having clear expectations and goals about where we were trying to go were essential to kind of getting everyone to the table. And then it was more of a, an informed discussion about what is the right minimum margin for a deal, and where would we make exceptions and trade-offs. And I think that was able to get folks at the table to be uh, committed to a minimum margin, but recognize for the right strategic or longer term relationship, we would make exceptions to that. Yeah, it was actually the FP&A team was probably two-thirds outsourced at the time, and it was a part of a team location transition that had led to that. I had never seen that before, and so it was really important for me that, the finance, the FP&A function is such a strategic function, and so bringing in-house those resources to really be the kind of financial voice of the company to help guide each of the functions on both tracking to how they're doing to plan, but also help them make day-to-day decisions. That was a really important part. And I think, to be fair to the teams that were there, they they had, consultants effectively, providing them that support with out-of-date data. So it's consultants with out-of-date data. You know, you can imagine why they didn't always have a finance person at the table. And so for me, it was key to change both of those things, right? It needed to be your trusted partner that you knew was going to be there tomorrow, and they had reliable data that you could partner with to help make better decisions.